I would love it if you could kind of show us and the audience like a behind the scenes look at the Herbalists Without Borders area, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe giving us a little tour.
Yeah,
That'd
I'd
be
love
sweet.
to.
Awesome.
So I'm going to give you a tour of the U.S. Donation Distribution Network for Herbalists Without Borders. We're a really small nonprofit, so we don't have a big warehouse. You know, we don't distribute via truck. So what I do is I intake donations from throughout the U.S. This is a U.S. network. We encourage each other network to create, each other country to create their own network, just because of customs and all of those rules and regulations. So for the U.S., we intake donations from all around the U.S., and then I gather them all here and inventory them. We lot batch. I know the herbalists want to know this part. Then we lot and batch everything. We have inventory management records so we can source where everything comes from. And then we redistribute them out. So what people do is coordinators of Herbalists Without Borders chapters, clinics, projects, do different types of community work. So a lot of them will do free clinics, or they'll create care kits or self-care kits, which is what we call, like for unhoused folks or for people who are, refugees along the border, and distribute those. So we do all types of different products here that we accept as donations, from multivitamins and vitamin D3. We have people donate soap, sunscreen, hand sanitizer, of course herbs, aromatherapy products. And we get a lot of those things donated. A lot of our donors are actually members of Herbalists Without Borders who share from their own gardens each year. And we do accept donated herbs. We just want to know who sends them, of course. And then we also get donations from small businesses as well as big businesses like New Chapter, who is amazing and always sends us huge lots of things every quarter. So for a lot of these donations, we send things as is, and the coordinators will send us wish lists of what they need. If there's also a disaster, people will create wish lists and then come back to us and say, here are the things that we need. So we have even containers and things like that. I also make a lot of things here for the U.S. donation group, the network, because a lot of coordinators are very busy, they don't have storage space or things like that, or people are really active in their communities and don't have time to make 200 of something. So we also make things here like inhalers, pain lotions, chest rubs, different types of blends, and anything that people need, even flower essences, and everything is bottled, labeled, and packaged here and shipped out. So this right here is our main space where we work. We have the work table, there's a little kitchenette, which is nice, and we also have some storage space where we store all of the donated products. Sometimes it's huge amounts. Dr. Bronner sent something that came on a pallet, which meant my family got to do a lot of work that day, but we also have smaller donations, and no donation is too small. There's people who will say, hey, I just closed my, retail store and I'm moving online and I have some herbs, and they'll share those types of things. So we have a lot of different types of products, which is really amazing, and we love to thank everyone for whatever they donate from where they are. It's usually on our website as well. So if you want to see who's donated, both individuals and companies, you can go see our website. But we also have a lot of coordinators donating. So some of our coordinators, we were just talking about Eugene, they'll have a donation for Mountain Reserves, for example, and then it's more than what they need sometimes in the local area, so they'll share back. And what we call that is our reciprocity-based mutual aid system. So people who have extra or too much will share back into people who don't have enough, so that we're more equitably distributing all of these products. We also grow our own herbs here that we donate into the system as well, as we saw when we were outside kind of talking about what we do here. And so a lot of that also is only what I can grow in Zone 5 in the US. So we have other people who have community gardens in the South or in the Southwest, West Coast, and places where they can grow a lot of different herbs in different types of zones. So that's a little bit about it. So how about I show you what we have? So here are just a few things showing. These are some of the completed products that people donate. Dr. Bronner's was really generous, and they donated hand sanitizers and soaps, and a lot of these will go into our community care kits. And what those are is people often will put together generally regarded as safe types of things that can be distributed out to everyone in little bags, like care kits, winter care kits for unhoused or something like that, which will include things like soap, electrolytes, hand sanitizer, maybe a chest rub, or lotions or things like that. Tea blends and individual tea bags, because a lot of unhoused folks don't have access to a tea ball, so we do things like that so that it's really easy to use, and that people can, inhalers, things like that, so that we have donations like the CBD lotion, which is wonderful. We make pain blends, and we'll also make chest rubs out of these for stress, as you can imagine. when we're doing this. A lot of it is stress, trauma, anxiety, and then in the winter is cold and flu season and immune support. And then New Chapter donates things that are both like, we have a lot of different supplements like vitamin D, but we also have a lot of things like multivitamins. And that's really great too, because, you know, as herbalists, if we tell people to eat 5 colors a day, you know, that's kind of ridiculous to someone who can't afford food. So having a really good quality multivitamin or like a prenatal vitamin can be really important. And I love how New Chapter donates so many different products because they get to a lot of different people. So we also get tinctures donated, either large stock bottles like this or individual tinctures, which is really wonderful because a lot of groups are serving clinics. Like we just donated, we shipped to Maui, and they were saying something like 9,000 people a week they're serving. So, you know, it's a lot. And so it has to come from a lot of different places. And so things like this are really great because they go a long way. And we'll get things from either the manufacturers themselves or from like dispensaries who are closing or they have too much of something and they share their extra. So even just one of these is a big donation and is amazing. So this is just you know, one of our storage spaces. So it's kind of small in here, but we intake donations of all sizes. We even get pallets in. So a lot of those get shelved right here. A lot of our supplies get shelved, all of our containers and things, and everything is then labeled and put in boxes. So you can see just kind of a little bit more about how much we get donated and the types of things that we have here. So we also have a U.S. seed grant program that's operated out of this space here. And what that means is every single year we get donations of seeds from seed companies, and then we redistribute those out to seed grants. And what those seed grants mean is that coordinators around the country need seeds to start their community gardens. And we know food is medicine as well, so it's both food and herb gardens. And so we do this in one central place just because each individual chapter would have a difficult time going and getting seeds donated. But what we do is we try to partner and pair the seed donors region with the region of the coordinator so that they have seeds that are local to them. We also have a really amazing donor, Earthbeat Seeds, who donates a lot of medicinal seeds, which are both native, endangered, and at-risk plants that are on the United Plant Savers lists. And these also get distributed out to people. We also grow seeds here of hard-to-find items or things that people are asking for that are culturally relevant that we can't find anywhere. And we also distribute those through that. But this is all seeds. As you can see, it's amazing. People are so generous. And so if you are a member, we also open it up to members after, coordinators first, members second, because a lot of people, even if they aren't like a chapter coordinator, they still want to grow community gardens that benefit their local communities. So this helps people get gardens growing in schools, VA centers, senior centers, hospice yards. We've had indigenous communities plant youth gardens, things like that. So it's really amazing that these seeds literally make it around all 50 states. So what we also get donated is herbs, as I was saying before. And so what we have is we store herbs in here. They're all alphabetized, which is great. That's what my 18-year-old does. He loves ordering things and making things perfect. So we intake donated supplies, we review them and make sure that everything looks cool, that we know who they're from, we lot and batch number them, and we sort everything into first in, first out. We know what all the dates are, so then everyone who requests herbs, we can then bag them up and ship them out to people. And we get all sizes. Some people think that we only take things like by the pound, but often we'll even get like 4 ounce. A lot of Mountain Rose herbs, actually. We get a lot of like the smaller bags that people didn't use when they were taking a class, when they had an ingredient list, or for smaller shops or businesses that are like, I have 7 of these, I only need 2. So we get all types of sizes and all types of plants. We also, a lot of what we need is obviously like stress, adaptogens, immune support, all of those things, because that's the primary need. And so in some of those things I can't grow here as well. So we get a lot, and people are amazing. So anyone who's ever donated herbs, they go to good homes, and they're always well used. Yeah, and this too, I guess. Yeah, look at this, like gallons of St. John's wort oil. We even get like a bulk oil donated by folks and things like that. So everything gets used.
Well, thank you for the tour.
Yeah,
that was
awesome. Great to show you. After with all of that's happened with COVID, we used to have volunteers here coming into the space and everything. So, we're kind of transitioning back into finding ways to have people come and be a part of the space as we're trying to still kind of navigate what that looks like.
Hey everyone, this is Mason with HerbRally. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and also go ahead and subscribe. We come out with new herbal content each and every week. If you didn't know, HerbRally also lists herbalism events. We list herbalism events chronologically. We list them also by state. So you could just go ahead and search by Oregon or Wisconsin or wherever you live. You could find out what herbalism events are happening in your neck of the woods. We also list herbalism events, virtual herbal events. So if you can't make it to an in-person conference or plant walk, we list lots of virtual events as well. To find out more, you could go to herbalist.com/events or herbalist.com/virtual. But if you can help it, I would highly recommend trying to go to an herbalism conference. Those are some of the best learning experiences I've ever had, and that's where you can find different herbal teachers, and then maybe you could perhaps take their apprenticeship. But yeah, just do what you can. Get out there and learn about the herbs, you know, like yarrow, dandelion, corn, you know, all the above, like all the medicinal herbs. And we'll see you out there. Hope to see you at an herb conference. All right, bye.